gentlemen,
You're live with euronews, where Jean-Claude
as I
Juncker,
announced
the European People's
yesterday,
Party
I will
candidate
give
for
this press conference in
presidency of the
French.
European Commission, is giving a statement.
But as politicians never keep their promises, I will start in English. The result of yesterday night has clearly shown that the EPP is the winner, the double-digit winner in number of seats of yesterday's election. Given that fact, I have to repeat what I said yesterday night. I do think that all the starting conditions are given in order to convince the Conference of Presidents of the European Parliament and the European Council to give me a mandate to form the next Commission. I do think that in the next coming days and weeks we have to discuss not only posts and appointments, but that we have to discuss in depth substance. And I'm prepared to discuss substance mainly with the Socialist Party, because there is no majority outside the so-called Great Coalition between Christian Democrats and Socialists. So it doesn't make any sense to speculate round the bound in another coalition. This is strictly impossible. And so I would like to express once again my view that the result of yesterday's election was crystal clear. I would like to say once again that I don't accept votes in my favor of the extreme right. If they are willing to vote for me, that's their problem. It would be my problem if I would become president of the Commission, only because the extreme right parties would have joined the votes of the EPP parties in Parliament. I had contacts overnight this morning, and throughout the day I will have other contacts. I wanted to have this press conference because I do respect the print media. Yesterday was a TV night. It was the great moment of the press agencies, but now it's up to the print media. You don't have to be a techie to understand print media. Okay, it's up to you. I'm giving this press conference because I don't intend to give interviews in the next 3 weeks. I will not do that. So it's now or never. So, oui.
Monsieur Juncker, que devraient faire les partis traditionnels et en particulier le PPE pour restaurer la confiance dans l'Europe? Est-ce que vous voyez des mesures immédiates? Est-ce que vous voyez des secteurs de discussion particuliers?
Je vois d'abord une évidence que même les plumes les plus illustres semblent ignorer. Et l'évidence est que plus de 2 tiers des sièges au Parlement européen, ce sont des sièges qui reviennent à des partis clairement pro-européens. L'extrême droite et les populistes n'ont pas remporté cette élection, ils ont été renforcés dans certains pays d'une façon qui m'inquiète beaucoup, notamment en France.
The far right has been enforced in some countries in a way that is worrying, particularly in France, but it's not true that extremists have won the elections. The real problem, independent of the vote,
classiques, traditionnelles,
is extremism. Even those who voted for traditional classic parties have worries regarding Europe.
Même parfois dans un milieu fermé, parce que réservé
in meetings and public reunions, public meetings that I went to, or even in closed sessions just for members of my own party, questions about Europe and worries about Europe
outre mesure interpellés par le vote extrémiste, mais aussi par ce
took a very strong place on the agenda.
Je respecte aussi les électeurs qui ont fait en sorte que plus de 2 tiers des mandats reviennent aux partis traditionnels. Eux non plus ne sont pas entièrement d'accord avec ce qui se fait en Europe.
I respect the electors who have ensured that more than 2/3 of the seats in the European Parliament will go to the more traditional mainstream parties.
Mais j'ai souvent expliqué pendant la campagne électorale que consolidation budgétaire et politique orientée vers la croissance et vers l'emploi vont ensemble. J'aime, disait Pascal, les choses qui vont ensemble. Et moi, j'aime aussi, comme lui, Pascal, je parle de Pascal et pas de Valls, les choses qui vont ensemble. Et donc, quand nous ne pouvons pas dépenser l'argent que nous n'avons pas, il faudra que nous remplacions l'argent et donc la dette par des idées qu'il conviendra de réaliser le plus rapidement possible. J'en vois a priori deux. L'Europe, le marché unique numérique qui nous permettra, si nous avançons assez rapidement, de créer 3 millions d'emplois d'ici 2018 et d'apporter à l'économie européenne une valeur ajoutée de 268 milliards d'euros. Si nous complétions, non pas à part des sénateurs, mais à un rythme soutenu, le marché intérieur, puisqu'il n'est pas parfait, nous ajouterions en termes de valeur ajoutée un autre montant de 250 milliards en termes de valeur ajoutée à l'économie européenne. Donc, la croissance et l'emploi, pour moi, sont des priorités, mais pas au détriment de la consolidation des finances publiques. Je l'ai dit dans tous les pays que j'ai visités. Dans les pays, notamment du Sud, le message qu'il faut davantage consolider les finances publiques soulève plus d'interrogations que d'approbation, mais je l'ai dit, et comme je l'ai dit avant le scrutin, je fais en sorte qu'après la mise en place de la Commission, cette double démarche se pérennise, consolidation budgétaire et politique orientée vers la croissance et vers l'emploi. Kerstin,
Thank you. Luke Baker from Reuters.
Yeah.
You may clearly get support within the Parliament for your candidacy for the European Commission, but obviously, ultimately, you need the backing of the leaders as well. What message do you have for those, like, I think, Britain's David Cameron, who are not convinced that you're the right person to lead the Commission?
I don't care.
Anything to add?
No, because I was responding to that question at least 1,000 times. The treaty is clear. The European Council has to take into consideration the result of the European elections, as has the Parliament, by the way. So they will make their decision. They can vote at the European Council by qualified majority. If someone is not willing to follow the indications of the voters, then the European Council is free to vote. I don't think that the decision at the level of the European Council will be taken tomorrow, because leaders have to discuss amongst themselves the presidency of the Commission and maybe other posts which will have to be provided for in the next coming months, but it's up to them to decide. So I cannot not oblige them, and I will not discuss and argue with them during a press conference. Those who were calling me were informed about my intentions and about the results of the meditation, because I submitted the results of yesterday to my meditation, and it's up to them. I'm not on my knees. I won the elections. Kerstin. Ja.
Wir sind ja vielfältig hier bei Europa, deswegen würde ich gerne in Deutsch sprechen.
Ja, gerne.
Wir haben gesehen, dass in Frankreich, auch in Italien und auch sogar ein bisschen in Deutschland vor einigen Parteien nach vorne kommen, die eurokritisch sind.
So that was Jean-Claude Juncker, the EPP's candidate for the presidency of the European Commission. He says the result is crystal clear. The EPP is the double-digit winner of the European election. He will therefore become the president. Stay with us here on Euronews.
Swinging from far left to far right, the triumph of Eurosceptics in the European elections has left Brussels reeling. Elsewhere, the picture is somewhat different. Germany remains firmly under the control of Angela Merkel and her Christian Democrats, who came out on top. In Italy, the Democratic Party of Prime Minister Matteo Renzi scooped up a whopping 41%, putting them well ahead of the five-star movement of humorist-turned-politician Beppe Grillo. His Eurosceptic party won over just 1 in 5 electors, yet